picked up by your ego. I feel like there is going to be a hard fight towards that middle, where all of a sudden Infused will get that second win and will start to get the energy behind him. And that's where they are very scary, because Roma and Dream and Lumji and everyone in that team, especially Jenko, you've got that firepower, and when it kicks in hard. You know, when they're going to go in, Hoss, they will definitely bring the pain, and they won't slow down. Imi towards mid. Interestingly enough, with a deagle into the pistol round, wanted to try and find a little bit of a flashy frag, but nothing's going to come his way. A free-player setup towards that A-bomb site. Interesting, not actually going to be an A retake, a very aggressive stack towards the A-bomb site early on, and it will be that connector, the actual pincer play with 2 players in main, 3 of them bursting out of doors. They try and link up and find their way in. Mighty Max obviously the support player for the side. The smoke goes out to zone out short. The flashbang to allow them entry into the site, but what will they be able to do? Will they overwhelm the defenses? Peggy with a 2K immediately. SD unfortunately will go down. Tom Quiver's going to find one as well. The headshot on towards Roma, and this is looking absolutely glorious. A fantastic start into the pistol round, only losing 1 man so far, and they've only got 2 left to deal with to pick up the round.
Yeah, they've got the bomb down here as well. It's going to now be a game of time, as it's just Lumji left, and he'll get taken down. Great start coming in from AYE. 3K coming out from Peggy as well. Good things to get him started, as the only loss for AYE there was the Welshman in Ezio. Ooh, we're seeing a scoot.
Interesting enough as well. This is actually something that Infused go for quite a lot, where they'll go for that scout buy and allow Roma to play a very sort of roaming role. He'll sort of rotate off the map quite organically, and then they have the upgraded pistols so they can trade that frag out very easily. Because obviously you land that one shot, if you don't get the headshot, you tag down the opponent very low below half health.
About 30.
Yeah, so you can take them down very, very effectively with a weapon like a 5.7 or a CZ, just off the back of a couple of bullets if you go for the spam. It works very well.
Just take a quick look where Roma is actually playing here. He is playing towards A. Not going to see too much yet, however, just going to rotate out. He is the lone player on here as well. He's going to hear the footsteps come in, sees door open, unscopes just at the wrong time, finds the frag, however, onto Imi's head. But will get taken down, and now it's looking like a trade game that needs to come in quickly for these 5.7s, and Red Snake is right there on it. 4 versus 3 on the retake. He's looking for more, gets a few tags, gets tagged down himself a little bit as well. It's about, can he retake this one? Can him and his team call it? Mighty Max finds one with UMP. Jemko comes in with a headshot. Lumji with the CZ. It's just Peggy left. 1 versus 1. Gets taken down. AYE couldn't even get the bomb down. Jemko finds himself an AK-47. Not ideal for Ulterigo there. Not ideal.
That's really not a good situation to be in now. I mean, the shoes on the other foot, Team Infused, they're looking healthy off the back of that. They actually will be able to go into the upgraded buy. Meanwhile, Eurigo, that cash they begin to build up, looking like they were going to get a little bit of a buffer going with the rounds. It's all gone out the window. It's gone so far south, and they just look defeated off the back of that one very early on. They're going to have to just suck it up and allow basically Infused to just pummel their way through them very easily into these rounds. It's going to be hard for them to actually mount a comeback off the back of these Check 9s and just a measly few nasal play with. Luckily for them, they did have enough cash to actually go for the armor buy, and it seems like it will be that aggressive B-play contact stuff for the meantime. Lumji playing off his famous position, named after him, M4 in hand. What will he be able to do? Spam comes in, will land that one headshot towards Mighty Max. Can't quite connect the follow-up frag towards Peggy yet. He's been such a nuisance for the side of AYE. He really dispatching everyone that comes in front of him. It's just him and Tom left.
Good nade.
What will he be able to do here?
That nade dropped Red Snake there down to 53 HP, more or less landed at his feet. Quiver does have an M4 here. This could be a very good pickup for him. So they need to look for something. The bomb is still in control of Peggy here. They can certainly get something done. Dream and Red Snake just listening out for the rotate, being very careful with this one. Really relying on Jenko and Roma to find the frags on this site. 45 seconds left now, as we wait to see the conclusion of this round.
Very tense stuff so far. Peggy, he's going to be the one trying to push round. Wants to try and get the angle, aware that Jenko most likely is going to be playing from this position. But Jenko should be able to best him. Unfortunately, not the headshot comes in. Fantastic from Peggy, and as well the timing from Roma. Fumbling with nades as he switches out. Wasn't able to land the shot. Tom Quiver's going to pick up one as well. This is great if he can find the follow-up frag. Unfortunately for him, Dream just at the right timing as he had to focus on that elevated angle towards Roma. Will be able to spam down Quiver, and they link up that following round. But it will do an absolute massive amount of damage over towards the cache of the CTs.
Yeah, and something to note as well here with Ulterigo. As you can probably see if you follow any of these guys on Twitter, Imi takes very close round losses where they should be wins to heart very quickly. And as an in-game leader, that can really change the way you call a game. That second round where they lost their essentially buy round by 1 player or 30 health or whatever it was on Lumji, that's going to hit Imi hard as the shot caller. That one there as well shouldn't have been a win, but they got very, very close to it as well, and that's going to also hit him hard. And tilt is certainly a thing in CSGO. Maybe not this early on, but if performances keep coming down to very close rounds where there are little intricacies that are at fault for Ulterigo, it could really, really hurt them, as this could be a great round for them to pick up. Just need to get the bomb plant for that extra cash. They were only on Tech 9s. It's going to be a big flashbang coming in from Mighty Max, allows him to reposition with that P90. Gets taken down by Dream, however. It's all on Tom Quiver on the site with UMP, down to 10 HP. There's really not much he can do here. And there it is.
Measly pistol in hand, that Tech 9 really couldn't do too much, and Roma will eventually just pick him off with that UMP, get himself a nice little bit of a cash injection and snap up that round. But that's going to be the end of the easy ones now for Infused. Ugo will have money to play with to actually get the buy coming out here.
Yeah, and it's about time as well. It's not a brilliant buy, though.
Yeah, it's not going to be fantastic off the back of that, obviously. Quite restricted. They actually, oh yeah, I forgot, they actually went for the armor buy into the following round off the back of the loss. So they did a number on their own economy even, forced into a bit of an awkward situation. We'll go for the upgraded pistols, 2-player picking up armor just to even out the cash a little bit. But it's not looking fantastic. This is going to be a 4-round lead for Infused, most likely off the back of this. Once again, returns the Ape into play. There's only one man there in Roma. He's usually been quite effective at actually buying his teammates enough time. We do see Red Snake arriving on the scene as well, panicking that this is going to be that Ape bomb to take. Got that first frag as he spams down Peggy. The bomb has gone down, which will give him that extra bit of cash that they so dearly need. Into a 4-on-5. Red Snake he's dead at this point, just 1 HP left on him. He's taken down so very easily, but Roma's still finding his way through, fighting as he takes down Imi. Mighty Max is going to get picked off by Lumgy as well. Playing in the smoke, this could be very effective for Tom Quiver if he plays his cards right. Slowly tiptoes around, but unfortunately for him, Red Snake on the angle will get the spam. And SEO is also going to go down. So they do pick up round number 4. And here you go. Luckily, we'll have money now. Finally, it comes to this point. It all amounts to this, but Ben, you know, are they even going to have it in them at this point?
It's going to be tough. It really is going to be tough. They need to start building some momentum with this gun round right now. They've had that economy disparity in the past few rounds, and they've come close. The rounds where they have been close, they may not have got the bomb down. Like that second round where they went for the armor pistol, they didn't get the bomb down. If they did, it would have helped them a lot. That third round, they managed to get the bomb down. Again, it was a very close round, and that previous one, they got the bomb down. But now is the time where they need to start clawing things back. There is a trade there towards outside of B. Mighty Max picks up Dream, gets traded out by Roma. And then Senri's going to stop Imi pushing on through that squeaky door. The rotate's going to come off. It's going to be 3 versus 4 essentially on this A/highway area. The mollies do come out, trying to force Infused out of their position. That's exactly what Imi was looking for as he finds himself a frag.
Good stuff. Unfortunately for them, it will be traded out off the back of Peggy being blasted out with that Nathan Link's headshot as well off the back of Lumgy. Juicy little shot. Red Snake wants to try and cause a little bit of havoc as he spams his way through and even picks up the 2K to just pile drive for everyone in front of him. That double is going to be absolutely glorious in the grand scheme of things. And your ego, it's just looking worse and worse, second after second for them. They're just really getting mowed down right now by Infused. They just have no breathing room.
Yeah, it is really starting to look a little bit tough for them. Yes, they're on another buy round here, but that's just because they've lost so many in a row. After winning that pistol round, you really expected more of them. But right now, 5 AKs, Ezio's down to less than half HP, and we're not even that far into the round now. And they're just going to default back to standard, splitting up a bit, seeing what they can see and where they can find some frags. It's not looking too great.
No, it's really not a great situation to be in at all. And here's the thing, guys. Limited in what they can actually go for here. Obviously, Tom Quiver wasn't able to go for the AWP. Utility's not looking overly grandiose. And they just want to take their time. SEO will actually boost up his teammate in Imi towards mid. They still have a lot of time to play with. 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock before they commit to anything just yet. Peggy playing anti-flash towards main in case they actually go for an over-aggressive play. Maybe getting a little bit headstrong, some confidence in the side of Infused, but they're not going to fall into that trap and become their own worst enemy just yet. And they will just be holding out. If they do go for this pincer play towards the B bomb site, it could be an absolute nightmare as there's that AWP in the elevated angle over on towards Dream. He definitely is someone that has the aim to back it up as well. Imi with the opener towards mid. Great stuff. Was able to tiptoe his way out and actually land that stealthy kill on towards Red Snake. Makes their lives a little bit easier, but the trade comes in. There's Rome with a frag on towards Imi. Jenko's on this close angle, playing by headshot. Could do a whole lot of damage. An absolute world of pain onto everyone that floods in. There's the frag on towards Mighty Max. Lumgy's going to claim one as well to Tom Quiver. He goes back for the second and will take it down with Peggy. And this is looking absolutely glorious for Infused. A whole new team Infused from what I've seen previously for our Prem.
Yeah, it really is looking good for Infused right now. You can also see everyone's kind of putting in their shift. 5, 6, 7 kills on every one of the members, except for Lungi, a little bit ahead on 8. But nonetheless, really good stuff coming in for Team Infused. AYE yet to string anything together. They really need to get this momentum going. Maybe their CT side will be a little bit stronger, but right now their T side looking very weak.
Roma. Finally seems like that confidence could have come into play there as he got close. Just playing off the back of the smoke. Wanted to try if anyone would be overly aggressive and towards him, but it's not going to go out in his favour this time around. Doesn't back off. Red Snake actually gets taken down as well. That will make their lives a little bit harder on that side of Team Infused. 4 men to deal with. Mighty Max wanted to tiptoe out towards B, but somehow Lumji, aware and switched onto the situation, will be able to spray him down. Roma also connects that headshot on towards Peggy, and it's just not looking too fantastic. Last 3 members, that trio, the Alter Ego side towards the A bomb site, they're going to have to just barrage their way out soon, try and cause as much havoc as possible, just really take the site by storm, and Roma is in a fantastic close angle here. It's going to be so hard for them to swing out wide and actually deal with him. He could cause an abundance of damage very early on if he has the confidence to do so. They're just waiting right now. Not sure if they want to commit with this. Limited utility, only a few flashbangs to play. They do have that one smoke over on towards Imi as well if he wants to try and smoke off track, but they will just push out. Don't use the flashbangs at all. They just waddle out into the site one by one and offer themselves up as a sacrifice towards Roma and Dream.
It's really just not looking great for them. There's not much to be said here either. Alter Ego playing very standard and very sloppy at that as well.
They had a lot of utilities.
Yeah.
You had 3 flashbangs, the one smoke. You didn't try and zone anything off. The fact they didn't even just go for the pop flash when they went for the peak, there's always that potential.
I mean, you might as well just throw that 1K straight down the drain there, because you're not using it that late into the round. You're walking out onto a site, you're not using the utility that you've been given at the beginning of the round. Why even buy it at that point, as we're now 4 versus 4. Imi gets 1 pick in there. Ezio to get the pick. Imi fell. Mighty Max falls as well. They're trying to go for a highway play. It's the first time we've seen them do something like this. Red Snake's just going to smoke that one off. And unless AY decide to burst on through with their pistols in hand, it's not going to be brilliant. Ezio's found himself an AK. He might just try and save this one at this rate.
Here's the scary thing as well, right? Zoned off at the back of that smoke, they panicked a little bit, didn't want to try and go into the unknown, didn't want to fight their way through the fray, and will back off, attempt to reposition towards that B bomb site. Obviously the vent was still whole at that point, they had to take it down, and this is going to alert Lumji to the suspicions he had, just playing off the back of this close angle. Won't matter though, is they've actually got a little bit of an opening to help them out. Red Snake being taken down, slain by Peggy, does reset the situation to a even Steven line right now, as it's a 3 versus 3. They have potential if they just bide their time and work their way through to actually pick up the round. Only 1 man on the A bomb site if they want to go for the gamble, but they won't be aware of that just yet.
Yeah, they have time for this as well, as Ezio dropped the AK off to Peggy. He's now going to get taken down. Quiver gets the trade. This 2v2 could really work wonders, especially with Ezio lurking, but with 25 seconds left, Infused are aware of at least where one of these players is, and now Ezio falls. It's just up to Quiver. He's about to get surrounded from CT spawn. Playing Ring a Roses here with 15 seconds left. He has the bomb. He's going to go for the plant, but he must get taken down, and just became too tough for him right there at the end. 8 rounds to 1. Infused looking really, really solid right now. Yeah,
that's great stuff overall. And it's just really hard to deal with. This is the thing for Alter Ego. It's just getting worse and worse second by second. They just don't have any breathing room to play with. It seems like all of a sudden, as you were saying, those close rounds, the fact it went on so long, you had essentially 4 rounds there that they could have picked up, and they went out the window at such the tightest sort of, the drop of a nail, sort of a hairpin. This is the thing where it does get to them, and that stress will begin to build up. That aggression as well now, confidence behind Infused.
Yeah.
And we really couldn't deal with it. They pushed their way in towards the door. The first time they've actually gone for that overly aggressive style of play, works out fantastically. Already a frag on the board for him. It looks like he's actually hungry for more.
Yeah.
We'll zone them out towards main, but this is absolutely just grand stuff from so far from Infused.
And it's actually the 3rd, 4th, maybe even 5th time Imi's gone to play door. It seems to be his position when they go for an A execute. Infused cottoned onto that. They went for the 2-man push, got rewarded with not losing anyone. An easy frag for them right there as well. And that is a play that will make Imi put his head down and be a little bit quiet in the rest of this round, because when you get taken down like that, it's going to be very hard for you to come back, and especially someone like Imi, who we've both seen at LAN, just getting this weird frame of mind. We've seen his tweets after games as well. He really does take these rounds hard. And when it's on an individual like that, those are the hardest to take.
It's very true, though, indeed. And Imi, he likes taking hard things. But this push come out towards the B-bomb set. Ezio will actually land that headshot on towards Genko. So give him a little bit more breathing room to play with finally. They've actually started to mount a bit of a comeback. Red Snake stuck in the bench, trying to do his best Bruce Willis impression here, Hoss. And it's not going to work out well. Gets slain by Peggy, but Roma, a man that has been oh so powerful, really quite a key factor, absolutely critical into the rounds that Infused have picked up. Will he be able to claim them another one, find his way through and stop Alter Ego from picking up number 2? Ezio solo off the back of that nade, doing an abundance of damage on the AoE. He will get the spam in. Roma takes him down, but luckily Quiver was there to respond. Finally has an AWP in his hands. That's where he's going to be most effective, and he nails his way through Roma. and does finally pick up round 2 for the Urigo side.
Yeah, and I believe A1 was the round difference we saw in the previous game on Cobblestone. And Xenix kind of put a good comeback on towards the end of the half. We'll have to see Ulti Urigo if they can do the same here. Looks like we are going to see a little bit of a one-man push with Imi in towards door right now. Going to fall straight on back there. Just splitting up. This is the first time we've actually seen a little bit more patience and a little bit more intel play coming out from the AYE boys as they've actually spread out a bit. We had Imi go all the way over to door. We have Mighty Max, I believe, lurking towards this B bomb site. We have a few of them spread out in towards the middle area as well, just purely going for information right now, and we'll have to see how they transition into the later part of this round, but Imi won't be transitioning into anything as he does get taken down. Ezio looking for the trade frag, will not come in. Now Quiver with this AWP, what impact can he have?
This is really such a shame for him. You know, it seemed like things were starting to fall in place since that round. They spiced it up a little bit. It looked good. It actually finally looked healthy for once, but it's been swept away from them all of a sudden. And Roma, he's on that A-bomb site. He's been such a nuisance to the side of Urigo. And once again, they're going to have to try and challenge him. He's got the backup of Red Snake that's really been helping out. Especially Dream right now, going for the close angle. Aware of Peggy's positioning. Somehow won't actually land the headshot. Peggy is going to be able to rip his way through. Takes him down. Mighty Max claims on as well. They actually have a fighting chance into the round now. But unfortunately for them, through the smoke, Red Snake drives his way through. Is going to dispatch Tom Quiver. And it's just left on Peggy and Mighty Max now. A horrible situation to be in. Trapped. 25 seconds left on the clock. They have to react soon. And they do have to commit towards that A-bomb site. Roma, he's still just lying in wait as well. A stealthy angle to play off the back of. They're not aware of it. Mighty Max caught looking off guard. Dazed and confused. Peggy's going to fall as well. And Roma with another 2K. Back to back, just still picking up these rounds, driving through everyone that comes in front of him. Whoever dares to challenge this man.
Yeah, and right now, Roma on 16 frags, having a great game over on that A-bomb site. Really been the linchpin in this Infused defense, because right there, it looked like if Alter Your Ego were to push out, it would have been like a 4v2 on that site. They picked the guy on short because Dream pushed a little bit aggressively, but Roma didn't try and go for the trade. He stepped back a little bit, just waited for the information that his teammate could give him, and then used that, played patiently, got the frags, and he's really played so well over on this A site, and it looks like they're going to come to him again. Not going to find one just yet.
A nice opening here if he actually connected that shot. It was very close off the back of that AK. Spam with that Kalashnikov. Didn't work out too fantastic this time around. And good stuff. Patience on display as well as he waits for his teammates to rotate over. Nice use of the nades there from Lumji. That airstrike coming in as they blow Peggy out of the water completely. Pushed onto the site as well. Want to try and overwhelm all of the Urigo, your side. Let's actually find that frag on towards Tom Quiver. It's looking very healthy. Mighty Max playing around the smoke perfectly. Could have gone absolutely insane at that point, but didn't go his way. And all of a sudden, it's just gone out of their favour. Everyone gets picked off, dropped down. Urigo, they had prime time after plants and they were just overwhelmed. Infused, the brute strength really on display right now.
Yeah. So, 10-2. Say you're in-game lead in this Alter Urigo side. What would you do differently? You're 8 rounds down, not got many left on this T side. What do you call? What do you say to your team?
I mean, it's hard, right?
Yeah.
Because this is the thing, you really don't know what to work with. All the answers they've gone for, they've tried to switch up their style of play quite a few times, but they've had no success there. And Roma, he's been quite a catalyst into actually shutting them down. That mid-control as well, they found a little bit of success towards mid. It's been quite lax in the style of play we see coming out here from Infused. Not overly aggressive, they play for that retake style of play, but this time around, they're not even going to try and hit that mid area. They will go for that aggression towards B. Jenka actually playing off the back of a close angle for the first time in a while towards Sunroom. He's offered himself up as a little bit of a freebie, and this makes it so much easier for them. With that advantage now, 2-2 to a site, they don't have that mid-control. They don't have the resources to actually focus towards mid. They can slip their way through, go for this pick play on towards the A-bomb site with a pincer through mid late into the round and do an awful lot of damage, but it's not really going to go that way. Once again, Imi gets taken down by Red Snake, back onto a 4 versus 4. They will try and follow through with this plan towards the A-bomb site. Obviously, Peggy, the bomb carrier in main, going to come in late, and the rest of them just barraging their way up towards short, but Red Snake's there. He gets the information, lands a fantastic tag on towards Mighty Max as well. Go back for more. He's caused an absolute abundance of damage onto that side. Takes down Quiver, and this is just looking horrendous. Ezio wants to try and claw his way back into it. 2K already makes it into the hat-trick. He'd have to go on. He wants to pick up the 5K if he can actually do this. This is fantastic. Already 4 frags on the board. Roma, the last man on the site, panicking. But Peggy, his teammate, will take the weight off his shoulders, find that final frag, and they snap back into the action.
Yeah, the start of that round is something I really like from AYE. They punished the aggression of Infused towards that B side. Imi, a little bit too aggressive in my eyes, but it's a great way for AWA to get a little bit ahead. Maybe we won't see that come out now from Infused, however, but it gave AWA the little boost they needed at the beginning of the round. They were going into that 5v4. They knew they had the upper hand. Even with Imi dead, 4v4 is still kind of an advantage for the T side.
Yeah, it's true indeed, because the thing is, you have to spread yourself very thin at that point on that CT side. You're limited in terms of your arsenal, you're limited in actually usability you have, but even then, just defensive sites, you don't have that extra manpower. And it allows, if they go for that overall push, you can be overwhelmed very easily. You're limited, you know, you're basically down 2-1 at that point.
Yeah, exactly. And now again, we're seeing AYE go for a little bit of a boost up here in towards mid. Quiver with this Tech 9. We have Ezio here as well, setting up a smoke. Actually going to go over towards Highway.
I like to see this as well. They're actually returning to this mid aggression that could be very useful.
Highway smoke flashes towards mid. Mighty Max gets himself a frag. And where are they going to do? Are they going to go towards A here? It looks like they are going to go for this A pincer. That Molotov should actually do quite a bit of damage to Roma, or at least force him out of his position. Dream playing up close, finds one, spotted the second. He's going to get a second frag, then finally gets taken down by Ezio. 3 versus 2 as Infused are on the rotate. This could be a strong end to AYE's half, and it's exactly what they need after the bomb has now been planted.
Yeah, this is true. They're in absolutely prime time after plants. No reason to go for the peak right here. But Ezio, he wants to do so. The confidence behind that, man. He lands the headshot as well, makes their lives absolutely ridiculously easy at this point. He goes back for more. Bloodthirsty at that point. That is ridiculous to see as they pop out. Fantastic use of the flashbangs there, you know, making his life so much easier. Yeah. Good communications. Finally seems like they're starting to return to that form. The structure's coming back.
Yeah, it really is. As last round of the half now. Infused are on this pistol buy for the first time. It's the first time we've seen Infused eco round. And this is what AYE need here. They need this 5th round and hope they have a strong CT side. Getting rid of Genko early on is crucial. But there is a second player there. It was Lumji, gets traded out. And there should be a very easy end to the half. There should be no surprises here. The only thing I think going for Team Infused right now is the 2 incendiaries, the smoke, the flashbang that they have. This could really force AYE out of their positions. Imi not really going to do much from his position there. This is all up to Infused to execute these incendiaries perfectly, force AYE out, and get the frags.
More importantly as well, Red Snake obviously with the kit there, it gives them that extra little bit of time to play with, so it doesn't have to be as rushed, but even then it could be rushed at this point as they all just fall very easily. Ezio and Imi, great stuff as they just go back and forth, trading left hooks and right hooks to take them down. And that is going to be a 10-5 scoreline. It was nice to see actually towards the end there, though. They realised that, you know, mid was a fairly weak area. Red Snake played there early on. If there wasn't a push, he'd rotate off back towards that A bomb site. It gave them that opener. They found that leak, and towards the end there, Infused didn't call a plumber house, and everything flooded. And now the bath is in the living room because the roof got very wet and it fell through. Because obviously, you know, the structural integrity of the house got quite bad, and Infused, they're going to have to pay someone to come and fix that, and it's not going to be cheap. Like,
It's going to cost them 5 rounds to be exact. Well, 4 rounds.
It's true as well. And this is the thing. It might have only cost you 2 rounds if you would have called a plumber out, because then it's just tightening up the pipes, right? But you didn't tighten up the pipes, so it cost you an extra 3 rounds because now you have to replace not only the bath and the piping, but also the ceiling and the carpet.
And home insurance isn't going to cover it either.
It's true as well. Yeah. You know, it's going to be quite bad. But then I don't even know. You might get mold damage. That's something that could come along a little bit later on.
Dry rot in the walls, you know.
Yep.
I mean, you could put a few paintings over, but no one's selling the house.
There could be a smell.
Look behind.
You never know. Obviously, like damp.
Yeah. But
let's see if they sort that out and actually, you know, get their lives back on track here, happily in-house Infused. Meanwhile, in Alter Ego, starting to get a little bit bubbly. You can see the excitement building, but can they deal with the aggression from Team Infused right now? They're going to boost 2 players up on towards that white box before they go for this mid-play.
As it looks like they are going to rotate over towards this A site. Ezio shuts it down very early on, however, with the frag onto Red Snake. Roma and Dream with these mollies could, in theory, do a lot of work when executing towards that A site, but the fact Red Snake has been lost so early on means that they're not going to have as much firepower. They just might just default towards this B bomb site and use those Molotovs in a little bit more closer quarters.
Yeah, repositioning right now as they back their way off towards B. Seems like that is going to be the plan of action. A minute left on the clock before they go for the aggression. But will they get away with it? Actually lining up these Molotovs that will force players off-site And this is going to be very effective. Nice smoke as well. That's going to zone off the CT's buys. A little bit more time to play, but unfortunately for them, that Molotov won't quite connect on towards Quiver's position. Allows him to just lie in wait and wait for them to walk past. They're not aware as well. 2K comes out there for a hat-trick. Great stuff from Quiver.
Exactly what the doctor ordered right there. Starting off this round strong is Tom Quiver. 3K for him. But can they hold it? This is where their T-side fell apart, in my opinion. Losing this second round after the pistol was so crucial to their downfall. They need to hold this one, and the Tech-9s are certainly going to be tough to go against.
Yeah, it really is. That all-out aggression, if they do just go for that overall sort of... I'd prefer to see that from Infused right now. Potentially a door burst, a play like that where you just barrage away out and try and hope for the best. That could have been quite effective. Actually splitting up, playing this default, want to see if they would catch off on the early aggression. The early aggression did come out, but unfortunately for them, SEO is proving a little bit too hard of a task for Genko to dispatch, and he gets that opening frag and makes their lives a whole lot easier into this one. It would be very bad for All Your Ego if they repeat the same mistakes as the first half.
Yeah, it certainly would. It looks like we're going to see Lumji fall back away from that door, regroup with his teammates over towards B. And this hold could certainly come in really strong from AYE on this B-bomb site. They're going to have the positional advantage as Imi does drop Red Snake, who looked like he wanted to go for a bit of a mid-push here. Peggy try and find something with that FAMAS. Did get a lot of damage down. Quiver gets one with his FAMAS. The nade comes in to kill Dream.
Oh,
Lumji last man behind him. Yeah.
Tapping over that Tech-9. Already one on the board. Can turn it into two hearts. Obviously, looking through the nice new vents on Cash here, a lot easier to see through, but fortunately for him, no one's going to be there to actually be spotted out. Waddles into the crosshairs of Peggy and will be taken down.
Certainly so, and AOE string together 2 rounds. Can they make it 3? It should be pretty easy. Not going to see too much resistance coming in from Team Infused here, but nonetheless they do, of course, have full nades, full kits, full armor. Of course, they buy now, means they don't have to rebuy next round.
Things as well. I like to see this. So just going for that aggressive style play. Shock and awe, just brute force out mid. Want to try and do a little bit of damage, and not really going to work out, but it doesn't matter. They haven't invested anything into the round, so they can allow this one to actually slip out their hand quite easily. The only downside is the fact that Imi's actually picking up these frags here with that UMP that's going to get a little bit of money on the side of All Your Ego. Not something that they actually had in mind.
Yeah, now it's just down to Red Snake. He's found himself a FAMAS, but it's still an uphill climb nonetheless. He's essentially caught out in no man's land here. He has to make a decision. Does he go up highway, or does he push in through CT spawn and then get caught in a crossfire? I think either way it's going to be a lose-lose. It's just about when he decides to execute it and how. It looks like he will be pushing up towards highway. This is probably the better of the 2 options, but nonetheless still caught in a crossfire between that central A site and towards truck. Or time can just run out. That one also works.
Taken down there. Ronaldo Moss. Finally, the buy comes in. I like to see this as well from what you go. Smart stuff. They will just hold on to those weapons, follow them through into this round, so you potentially play it out as sort of a scout buy. If you lose this round, it doesn't matter too much. You still have money to play with. Into the following round, you can get the buy out. But even then, if you do pick it up, it's absolutely glorious for you because you don't have to worry.
Yeah, and Imi's actually picked up the AWP here instead of Quiver. Just sticking with that FAMAS for the time being. We have to see how he plays with this. He was playing towards B. Looks like he will be rotating over now. Gemco's found his way onto the site. Gets nailed in the head by Quiver's FAMAS up close and personal as Infused start to leak their way out on towards this site. Red Snake finds one. Backed up by Lumji. Bomb does go down on the site, and how do AYE respond to this? Roma's going to be so hard to flush out. They don't have any Molotovs to do so either. It's just purely smokes and flashbangs coming in for AYE.
This is going to be such a hard retake to mount, but they have the flashbangs that will allow them a little bit of an opener anyway. Max spams his way onto the site with a jump. A lot of agility and actual speed there, but it's not going to pay off. Unfortunately for him, Roma was slightly too fast himself and landing the headshot, and everyone picks up the frags. So very easy, just taking them down one by one, and All Your Ego, they lose that round. Unfortunately for them, even though the idea was to just play it out as a little bit of a scout round, didn't matter that much, they did invest a fair bit into it, and the cash isn't that great at all. They will have to go for a bit of a force into this one. Upgraded pistols, very limited utility, 1 kit and 2 players of armor, just to balance out the cash.
Yeah, I feel like that peek from Mighty Max, though, was the best option he had going around that corner. There was nothing else he could really do. If he got that frag, could have probably turned out a little bit better for the guys. But him going down there, there was no other real way to flush out Roma. Just unfortunately ended a little bit too badly for them as we're now defaulting back onto this pistol round. We got a few Deagles, 5.7s, These deagles can really be key at range. Like, if Imi were to peek this into someone, that deagle would be so, so huge. But going up against AKs may not be the best. Very passive from Infused coming out here as well, not wanting to go into anything too surprising.
Yeah, they don't want to run that risk of actually giving Urigo that buffer, allowing them that breathing space where they can expel. They can excel when you give them the room to actually do so.
50 seconds left now as it is going to look towards a B execute. We have Red Snake lurking in mid, flashbang towards highway, smoke towards connector. It is going to be 5 versus 4 on this side, however. Ulti Origo could certainly hold this. There's a 1-for-1 trade to start things off. Quiver gets on the board as well. Quiver certainly gets on the board there. 3K coming in for him. And now it's 1 versus 1. 30 seconds left till the bomb goes down. Imi is going to have the height advantage here. Deagle in hand. Romer's got his running shoes on, though.
It's true. He's doing the E-Cash Marathon right now as he sprints his way over towards that A bomb site. He wants nothing to do with B. But Imi, he's there, panicking, anxious right now, Hoss. He isn't aware of what's going on. He's completely paranoid. We'll finally get a bit of a suspicion and begin to tiptoe off, potentially picked up the scent of Roma.
Or not. He might, in fact, look to maybe pick a gun up here and then go for the retake. And it looks like that's what he's done.
Yeah, scavenge that Kalashnikov that will come in very handy into the retake if he dares to go for it. A lot of time left on the clock. He has the kit as well, which is going to be so vastly important into this one. And the nade. If he just goes for that nade by quad, just by reading this plant, there's an awful lot of potential, and he will line it up. This could do so much damage onto Roma. We'll just take him out as well. Blows him out of the server Hoss. And there it is. The defuse will come in. Ulti Origo, they're back into it.
Yeah, a really smart play there from Imi as well. I believe he actually picked up that AK when he found the... he picked up the nade when he found the AK as well. Really, really smart play coming in from him. It's exactly what you want to see. And of course, he gets rewarded with the AK as well as the round win. And this is going to be huge for AYE now. 2-round difference. They can start to mount a comeback here. Tied game would really mean it's anyone's game.
That's true, because it'd be an equal score, Hoss.
Yeah.
So it could go either way, and it'd be equal.
Yeah, good job.
That's why they call me a mathematician, Hoss.
They call you a few other things as well.
Yep. One of them being special.
You said it, not me. It was actually your mother that said it.
It was.
I've missed this.
I've missed you.
Oh.
Not really. Joke's on you. 1-0 away. Way! We're into this round. 1 minute and 15 seconds still left on the clock. Nothing too ridiculous coming out from either of these teams. A nice default from Infused. They haven't returned to that overly aggressive play. It has just been quite slow and timid as they wait for the push to come into them. Oh, and there it is, Imi. He presents what he has, brings it to the table as he lands that headshot on towards Red Snake. That is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, exactly what you want from AYE here. And now Infused looking still like they want to keep playing passively here. Still not decided on anything. Haven't got any intel to go off of here. As they're looking a little bit lost. 35 seconds left. Nowhere really to go. Only now dedicating themselves towards this B bomb site. Only Dream who has utility to use. Lumji, that Molotov could be huge, however, but look at Peggy. Such patient play. Almost gets the third there on second onto Lumji. Will get taken down by Mighty Max. And now 20 seconds left. AYE are just letting this flood onto the site happen. They're allowing it. They have the better positions and they know this. They are going to let the bomb go down, however. Ezio throws a nade across, but do they have the better positions? It appears not.
It's really unfortunate for them. It seems like the card was, you know...
They had the deck in their hands.
Yeah,
they were getting dealt the win in hand.
But it's
and then they folded prematurely. They didn't let themselves see the flop.
It's true. And Urigo, they love to flop us because they're flopping right now as they just get taken down. Jenko will land that shot on towards Imi through the box, and things are just absolutely dire for that side. It was a round that was in their hands, and
4v2. 4v2, and they let the plant happen.
A real shame. Luckily, the money is still in their favour. An absolute scrap of a buy, but a buy nonetheless. They have money to play with, and one of those purchases will actually be the AWP for Imi, someone that does like using the weapon when he has the chance to. Goes for the aggressive peeking towards main. No one's going to be there just yet.
Infused haven't actually pushed anyone aggressively towards A. I don't think at all on this T side. Imi's just peeking that for the sake of peeking it. Infused are not taking any bait towards there. A lot of the time, their aggression has either been towards door or a little quick peek towards B maybe. Nothing towards A main straight away. They're just playing for information, playing very safe, going for a late play. It worked in the previous round. They're hoping it'll work this time round. They really don't know. They know the economy of AYE is probably going to be a little bit mixed here, but they just don't know how mixed. They don't know Imi has this up. As soon as Imi fires off that AWP shot, that first one, you'll probably then see either a quickening in Team Infused play or a grouping and start to make that play towards the opposite site.
Yeah, potentially that wolf pack to allow them to have the extra advantage in numbers. Obviously, you can't take everyone down with that AWP. You have to have that small time to reset. And Imi could actually be taken down here if he doesn't play his cards right as Lumji in this prime time angle. If he pops out and lands the shot onto Imi, as he's distracted, focusing towards main, this could be so very huge.
Yeah, I really like the fact of where Roma is lurking here as well. It does just force AYE to rotate through CT spawn, and there it is. Imi gets taken. Headshot by Jenko. Ezio falls by Lumji coming out a door. This is straight up a Team Infused round. Yeah,
this is great. The bomb will go down. Red Snake's going to get that planted. 15 seconds left on the clock. It will eventually be planted, and now
has to be a save.
Peggy and Quiver, yeah. The thing is, they're so limited as well. They don't actually have that great of an arsenal. They don't have any utility to work with, and they are forced into that save. That has been basically just told that is what you've got to do. They have no other option.
Yeah, and now Dream picks up that AWP that Imi dropped, and I don't even think Imi fired off a shot with that. Just straight up nailed in the head by Jenko. Really not worth the investment, and the money's just going to be so dire right now for AYE as well, that they can just purely play for exits and hope someone drops a gun.
Yeah, I mean, that aggression coming out as well. They want to try and take him down. They don't want to let them live. Quiver will actually pick up one frag, and Peggy could trade it as well, but not really going to work out in his favour. A bullet goes for his cranium, and his corpse will hit the floor.
And it's going to be another eco round coming in for AYE. I feel like they just can't put any buy together here. They're going to get 2.4k at the end of this round, which will put them on a M4 buy for most of them. And that stops it going to match point as well. They literally can't invest anything into this round. And I feel like they should maybe go for a gamble play, like we're seeing towards A. Heavy investment here, one player towards B. In my opinion, it's the play to make here. Just put all your eggs in one basket, or all your USPs in this case, and hope for the best.
Did you play Hide the USP at Easter, Ben? Because obviously, you know, you said put it all in one basket. You put eggs in baskets, Hoss, in Easter. Do you have the Easter gunny rather than the Easter bunny, Hoss?
That was poor. Almost as poor as AYE are right now.
Way 1-0. This push coming out towards A. Bomb site is eventually going to unfold. They've just been making their presence known with these tap shots, and Red Snake will actually land that frag on towards Imi. Looking very fantastic. They zone them out with the smokes as well, and there's Jenko, the man that's been going so huge for his side. A 2k for him. A flurry of kills, but Ezio comes into the fold with a hat-trick. Absolutely insane stuff as he plays the back of quad. A USP in hand, and he's doing damage. The headshot Hunter goes on, takes the 4k, getting on the 5th. Tapping away, has recovered the AWP as well, has the backup on Mighty Max. Doesn't have to peek in this scenario, but the Molotov will force him out of position. Roma, he has been such a critical man into the game. 35 seconds left on the clock. He could shut this down. He is in a 1 versus 2. They're not looking too fantastic. The position's not really complimenting them, but Mighty Max in this close angle, there still is an awful lot of chance that he could do this. It'll only take one shot to best Roma right now as he tiptoes around. But Max beginning to rotate off at just the wrong time. The timing could have been so absolutely insane there.
This gives Max the height advantage if he wants to take it as well, though. He could just jump up onto red and play the position there. Roma's going to go for the default plant, and Max actually finds the shot. He went towards Forklift, but the man of that round has to be Ezio, getting the 4k from that position right at the back there. Solid stuff. Just one tapping with the USP. Unfortunately, couldn't find the 5k, but right now, top fragging his team. That was so crucial.
That was ridiculous. I don't even know how he's been able to land
He doesn't even know. Yeah. He doesn't even know.
I mean, that was insane. Obviously, with the USP, they're taking down 3 armored opponents, all with headshots, just one by one. And actually got the 4th as well as he came out on his lonesome, and that was just insane.
And now it puts Infused onto this weird buy. 2 Tech 9s. So key, and now we're seeing Quiver pick up the AWP for the first time this CT side. Let's see how he plays with it. I mean, he really didn't have much success at all. I don't think he even found a frag with the AWP this entire half. He's brought it on at least 2 occasions. So really hoping Quiver has some form of impact here. As it looks like him and Imi may be looking to potentially swap out positions here. We actually had a little bit of aggression coming out from Infused as they are going towards this B bomb site. Just getting some mid control, getting some vent control, all in one go. Max throwing a flashbang out. And gets the frag as well. 5v4. Oh, 2 frags coming from Janko there. Tech 9, exactly what you want from that little weapon. As Ezio now quick on the rotate, going to be coming from behind, probably go into vents. As Lumji does have his eyes on it. Ezio, in fact, going to go... Yep, he's going to vents, but I feel like this round's over. Unless he pulls out another 4K, but it's highly unlikely.
Yeah, it's basically as good as done at this point. Max already claimed 1 frag, but that's most likely all Irigo are going to get into this one as Ezio. Left in that 1v4, would need to claim all 4 frags to pick this one up, and he's just going to daintily tiptoe away and try and slip out of there. No reason to lose this absolute abundance of utility and the M4 that he has in his arsenal.
Yeah, he's got 5.7k with him. Like, that's huge at this stage, considering the economy that AYE has. He's essentially going to be the backbone right now. Especially stopping it going to match point as well. They are looking for him. So horrible as well to see frags like that right after the bomb, or just before the bomb explodes. Tough spot, tough spot.
Look at that money as well. They have no chance, essentially, into this round.
They have to let it go to match point and play overtime.
And that's really not a situation you ever want to be in. Forced into that hand as well. They had no choice at this point. How's this one going to go? Do they have any more miracles? Can Ezio pull out something as ridiculous as he did last time? I doubt it at this point.
I have to agree with you on that one. It's going to be really, really tough for AYE to really do anything here. Again, Infused just playing very safe. Not playing rash at all, not rushing into things. Just playing their angles, playing their game. And it's been working.
They go pushing out towards that B bomb site. Dream will land that headshot with a Glock, nevertheless, on towards Peggy. Mighty Max will also be slain. Now it's just left on Imi, Quiver, and Ezio. That triumphant trio on the side of Alter Ego. Can they really bring anything to the table here? It's going to be so hard. The one-man advantage on the side of Infused, but an absolutely ridiculous advantage in terms of their weaponry.
I mean, right now you've got to think Ezio's saving this AK. Imi might save this smoke in 5-7. Ezio wants nothing to do with this, you can already see that.
Yeah. The logical decision is obviously they are forced into playing off the back of match point. Would have to consecutively pick up another 5 rounds to take it into overtime, and it's going to be so very unlikely. 2 players pushing in towards that B-bomb site. They do claim 1 frag on towards Dream, but Rome is there to trade it out, and Lumji claims that frag on towards Imi as well. But luckily for them, Ezio will get away with his life. Barely scampers out with that AK-47. The money still not looking absolutely grand at all.
What, a FAMAS? Yeah. Quiver could buy an AWP if he wanted, and that's what he's going to go for. Does he go armor or nades? He goes for the armor plus flashbang instead. This is doable. Like, this buy, they can certainly pick up a round, especially with Imi maybe going for aggression towards maybe door. It looks like this is the first time we're going to see some CT aggression towards mid. Mighty Max spraying in a few shots. Quiver gets tagged down as well as he went for the early pick towards B. But Max is going to fall so early on. It's not looking good. There it is. Quiver falls down here as well. This B-bomb site completely open. As the rotate's going to have to come on through, but how does it come through? Do they go for a pincer movement? Do they try and throw everything in one direction? Looks like we are going to see 2 players come through vents, but there's going to be at least 2 players waiting to receive this. One of them being Jemko, the other being Lumji. And now it's all on Peggy's shoulders. AK-47 in hand, 1 versus 5. It's going to be absolutely huge. They call the GG. Peggy gets taken down, and that's going to be it. 16-10, a surprise, I think, for you, me.